I made a video pretty shortly after ILLIT's debut that focused on the song Lucky Girl Syndrome. Still to this day, it's my favorite song of theirs and is currently #1 on the choujimi charts again, which is why I want to dig this discussion back up out of the ground in a constructive way. In my first video, I apparently manifested a music video for Lucky Girl Syndrome into existence, but unfortunately, the music video we got did end up missing the mark for me personally, or from what I was expecting, at the very least. If you're not in tune to the world of manifestation, you may be surprised to consider how much it tends to overlap with K-pop on social media. It seems like an unlikely pairing on paper, but when you consider the vanity of the idol industry and its standards for perfection, it begins to make sense why the world of manifestation tends to use idols as visual anchors for their practices. An It Girl subliminal, for example, which when listened to is intended to manifest you into becoming your own It Girl, often visually features the quote It Girls of K-pop, Wonyoung and Jennie most frequently among them. These videos, as they are constructed with high-frequency audio readings of phrases and words of affirmation, are intended to subliminally alter your perception of yourself or the very world around you. So before we continue, I want to make a brief post-production disclaimer to outline that I am definitely not condoning or encouraging the use of subliminals in any way. Like many subcultures on the internet, there is potential for foolishness and clownery and tomfoolery in the subliminal community. You may have seen or heard the subliminal videos that propose the non-Korean listener will develop more Asian-like features by listening to subliminal audios. That is foolishness. I don't condone that, but I also don't want to condemn people who use subliminals to try and feel better about themselves or to simply try and better themselves. It has the potential to be very good and very, very toxic, but the same is true for our beloved K-pop community as well. So yeah, we have to consider these things with some nuance and moderation. Yes, that's all that I wanted to say. Okay, let's continue. And it's here where I believe ILLIT Labs must have accidentally stumbled upon the Lucky Girl Syndrome demo made by Canadian producer Stint, who, to my knowledge, has never produced for K-pop before ILLIT. Lucky Girl Syndrome is an already established trend in subliminal subcultures online, and I suspect this song found its way to ILLIT as they were looking for songs in a similar vein to ILLIT's concept, which is willing things into existence. ILLIT, or I Will It, is quite a vague concept, yet it does unintentionally position itself as also exactly the same narrative of subliminals and manifestation. This idea of speaking things into existence, using your mind and a sense of self-determination to bring about your desired outcomes in the world. This is the direction I've been wanting ILLIT to go in, not just the general I can do and be anything I need to concept that is quite common in K-pop, but taking it a step forward by adding mystical elements via the culture of manifestation. It's what I had hoped for out of a music video for Lucky Girl Syndrome. Manifestation is, at a base level, believing in yourself, but has the potential to be taken to a supernatural stage where a strong sense of self-determination can truly alter the outcome of the world around you. By the will of your mind alone, people can be supernaturally influenced to do your bidding. And ethical implications of removing people's autonomy aside, there's a lot that can be explored in terms of visual concepts for the K-pop context. I don't mean to isolate or target anyone who practices manifestation in sincerity, but there is kind of an uncanny sense to the aesthetic on social media. It's almost like a glamorized backrooms, liminal space, fairycore, magical conglomerate that, again, has so much potential in a musical context that K-pop has never really tapped into that I'm aware of. The Lucky Girl Syndrome music video that we got is a little too crisp, oversaturated colors and comical narratives that seem like it was an adult's guess as to what this song is about. Someone who is just a lucky girl, right? Dodging basketballs thrown towards them by picking up a chocolate bar with a golden ticket in it, even though the lyrics say they don't need a golden ticket. I imagined the visuals for the music video to be, again, kind of the glamorous backrooms, mystical, or fairycore aesthetic that you often see in the subculture of manifestation online. I think this, more than anything, would have developed ILLIT's image as something unique in K-pop today. And what's more is that I believe it's the Real Me version of the album that already carries the aesthetic I was looking for. It's the outfits from the photo shoot on the digital album cover. They're all wearing the same thing, and the photography is very grainy and saturated to sort of facilitate the uncanny or otherworldly vibe about ILLIT's concept. I really wanted this kind of style for the Lucky Girl Syndrome music video so badly. I don't hate the music video we got, I just hoped for a more heavy-handed approach to the manifestation concept. It's in this way that I think ILLIT could potentially use this aesthetic to leverage their concept out of the recent controversies going forward, as again, the idea behind manifestation and willing things into existence just so happens to be ILLIT's inherent group concept. There's a lot of styles and sounds that could be explored from here, as the manifestation concept sits at the intersection of a lot of different subcultures online, K-pop being one of them already. Again, this is a pretty untapped market as far as I'm aware of in K-pop, making music that directly appeals to people who practice manifestation on a mystical or cosmological scale, but structuring the songs in a way that are still relatable to anybody who wants a song that can just function as a backtrack to them simply believing in themselves. That's what Lucky Girl Syndrome did quite well. It doesn't have to invoke the already existing trend of Lucky Girl Syndrome for the casual listener, but does provide an avenue and creates a niche for people who do exist in those subcultures. I think there's a lot of interesting things BLIFT Labs could do with this, but it does have to start with BLIFT recognizing the market they've accidentally or unknowingly tapped into. The music video we got for Lucky Girl Syndrome makes me feel like they still aren't fully aware of this yet. Yeah, hopefully my idea about this makes sense. Lucky Girl Syndrome is really on its way to being one of my most listened to songs of the year. I really believe in the potential of this song as a part of ILLIT's concept going forward, and hope it's something they try to explore in the future in some ways, at the very least. And yeah, that's all that I have to say. Another video about Lucky Girl Syndrome. I really like this song. Thank you for watching this. If you did, let me know what you think about this. If you have any other ideas, do you consider yourself a lucky girl, and so on. Yeah. Thank you again for watching, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time.